Showtime.
Yo, what's up guys? It is Lost Griff. Welcome back to another video. Finally got the face cam back. Apologize for the bad lighting. I just don't really want to have lights on right now, bro. It's kind of a cave in here for real, but today I'm gonna be ranking all of the worlds by difficulty. Now, a lot of this is opinionated. I won't lie to you guys. These tier lists obviously are can't really go by objective facts or anything. You can't scale anything. You can only really use health and spells as a way to scale it. So I'm gonna kind of be ranking all these now. If you notice, there's actually, I don't think there's winter. Oh, there is Grizzleheim, but there's no camera or Lemuria in here. So I will be adding those in post real quick at the end, and then kind of put a little explanation. So yeah, so there's none of that in this tier list, unfortunately, but I'll just rank them from this, and then you guys can kind of infer why I would put a certain world at a certain difficulty. So let's just get started, and I'm going to try to go by order. So let's start with Wizard City. Now, Wizard City, this world is obviously a pushover. Like, anybody who's done this world knows, this world's really not that hard. I mean, the gobblers are, I guess, kind of hard, depending on what school you're playing. If you're ice, that can be kind of annoying. But, you don't even have to do Colossus Avenue or whatever it's called. I haven't done it on any character except my first one, because I didn't I thought you had to do it. So if you just count the main places you have to go, it's really an easy world. I don't think it should be hard for anybody. And honestly, I feel the exact same way about Crocotopia. Crocotopia is basically just a slightly harder Wizard City, except a lot of schools have way more spells. In fact, some schools even get their AoE in this world, and it's there's really no difficulty about it. And this is even more extreme if you have enchant TCs, by the way, guys. If you have monstrous TCs, which I will make a video about eventually. But Crocotopia is super pushover, not too hard at all. And again, same thing with Marley Bone. Marley Bone, these three first worlds are so easy, even to solo. I feel like there's literally no schools who struggle with this. And yeah, it's honestly not too bad. So Mushu is the only exception. This world does get a little bit more complicated. You start to need to apply a little bit more of the stuff you've been learning over the process of the game. And I feel like Mushu and even Dragonspire both apply these same tactics. Dragonspire being a little bit harder, obviously, because Malistaire, and there's 10k HP and all that stuff, and things get a little bit harder to solo. So Mushu, I think, in Dragonspire kick it up a notch, and I think it's at a very fitting time. Again, the pacing of the first arc is perfect. The only problem is Marley Bone and Crocotopia are a little bit too easy, especially Marley Bone. Marley Bone is super easy. It's not hard at all. So expect the first three rolls to kind of be a little bit of a breeze, and these next two you'll kind of notice a small difficulty gap. Now, I forgot Wisteria at level 20. I'd actually put this literally under Wizard City. This world is so easy, dude. And no, right above Wizard City. Yeah. Just at the time, Wisteria is not hard at all. It's really not that hard. Okay, so we could also put Grizzleheim. I'm gonna include Winter Tusk and normal Grizzleheim. Normal Grizzleheim is actually kind of difficult for the level you're supposed to do it. So I'm talking about all these at the level you're supposed to do them. Grizzleheim, the first round of it, some of the bosses are OD, dude. They're so unnecessarily challenged and scaled on the first part. I think, and then Winter Tusk as well has some insanely hard boss fights, dude. They be spamming you with hits. So honestly, Grizzleheim's kind of difficult. There's a lot of really hard fights, and there's even fights that you could struggle to solo as a level 1, like 120 or 130 in Winter Tusk. One of the final fights, it's really difficult, but it's a good challenge, and I think it's pretty fun, so that's fair. Just wish it gave more XP for how much work you put into it, Yeah, so Celestia. So everybody kind of sleeps on how difficult this world is. The only difficult part about this world is if you're a fire or storm, you may have some difficulty. Let's say a storm boss decides he wants to Triton you. You're kind of screwed, because if he crits, you're gonna lose your entire HP bar. So it's not too difficult because, while you do still have Mount Olympus gear, it starts to kind of, fall off a little bit. And you kind of start to need waterworks near the end. It gets pretty difficult. Yo, I just wanted to stop the video real quick to make sure that you are subscribed to the Lost Griff channel. I upload almost every single day, and I try to stay as active as I can on my YouTube. So I'd appreciate if you guys dropped a sub, because only this amount of people are actually subscribed to my channel. So real quick, before this intermission ends, I'd appreciate if you guys would drop a sub real quick. Anyway, back to the video. But overall, not too bad of a world, and I don't think it's too difficult, so I rate it there. Quick edit, I realized there's a Winter Tusk little thing right here, and I fixed those two, so there you go. Alright, Zafaria. This world's not too bad, actually. They nerfed this world pretty hard, and it's not as hard as it used to be. 100%. Mirror Lake is a little bit of a challenge. Like, it's not too bad to solo, but, like, it's a little bit of a challenge, and there's a few tough dungeons around here. Maybe right above Celestia. Maybe right under Celestia. I'm trying to say, I want to say right under Celestia because you unlock Waterworks gear, and Waterworks gear just makes everything so much easier for so long. Because Waterworks gear is just the biggest buff to your character, like, possible. So I say Zafaria right under Celestia, just because of the gear you have, you know? Alright, and then we got Avalanche. Same deal, actually. Is there any upgrades to get in Avalanche that are, like, significant? Avalanche is kind of like a slightly harder Zafaria. We'll put it right there, not so difficult. Azteca. This world is awful. This is whenever this, first of all, if I ever make a world like tier list of enjoyment video, hey, Azteca's about to get some serious slander. That's all I'm gonna say. This world is like just OD, bro. Like, this world is so hard for no reason. And I feel like near the end, you start to even like falter, even if you have, you know, that really godlike Waterworks setup with triple double, which pretty much makes you like unkillable, starts to still weigh on you, man. Like, I even struggle soloing some bosses, and I've been Wizard101 playing for like 10 years, and I know how to play PvE. So I think I'm actually teetering on putting this top of difficult. This world is really difficult, dude, honestly. Yeah, I think that's a fair place to put it. In fact, if we're gonna have Winter Tusk there, we'll put it there. Azteca is a hard fucking world, man. I'm telling you guys. Alright, Chrysalis. I actually put a top of difficult because you do get dive in during a big part of it, so you do get a lot more damage and resist. But there are some really tough cheating bosses in Chrysalis, and I think these are two interchangeable. You guys could say in your comments which one you think is harder, but Azteca and Chrysalis are just the bottlenecks of Wizard101, man, I swear. So, therefore, these two are the ones I'm anticipating that I was going to rank the highest. Okay, next is Polaris. This world is so easy, dude. Dude, I don't know what they were thinking with this. They totally went a total different option with bosses in this world, and I'm so happy they did. Like, if they didn't reset how bosses worked in this world and made them more damage-oriented, like, if you look at a lot of the bosses' stats, they have base damage and base resist, as well as, like, base pierce and stuff in order to make up for having lower HP. Such a better decision, KI, and hats off for fixing this, because I do think it's a little bit harder than Dragon's Ride. I won't just put it bottom of Mushu, like under Mushu, but his world's really easy, and it's a kind of a walk in the park, I'm not gonna lie. Mirage honestly reminds me of the same difficulty of Celestia. It's not very hard, but like, I feel like anybody, I'll put it middle, because there's a few cheating bosses in here that are really tough to beat, and I struggled with even. This one shadow, like, genie girl, bro, with the Ifrits and stuff, she is torture, on God. Like, if you don't Google her cheats on Wizard101 Central before you fight her, bro, you're cooked. Like, there's no way you win those, so yeah, it's pretty hard. And again, scaling it even more, Imperia is actually pretty difficult too. There's a lot of really tough cheating bosses. This world's like Imperia on steroids. I actually put it bottom of difficult. It's also pretty long as well. That's also why I think Azteca and Chrysalis are so tough, is because by like the end of Azteca, Waterworks cannot carry you any further, dude. You need new gear, and you don't get any till like the end of Chrysalis. It sucks, dude. So yeah, Imperia is pretty low for me, I think. Imperia is pretty tough, I think, for most people. I think it's a pretty fair rating to give it, you know? The next world is Caramel, and I would rate this right under Imperia, because you do get Dragoon gear and stuff, and you do get the 130 set, and that does make farming and getting through all of the mobs and everything just so much easier. You can just completely farm some of the Caramel bosses. I'd honestly put it like bottom of difficult, no, top of not so difficult, because you have such better gear. Dragoon gear is such a big upgrade. You do so much more damage, and I feel like you have so much more HP, which is so much better for tanking, you know, average boss fights and stuff like that. So put it top and not so difficult. And then I would actually put Lemuria at bottom of not so difficult. This world was really easy for me. I don't know about you guys. I had no problems with playing this world on any of my characters. even my balance. Like this world was not that bad, and there was no points during Lemuria where I was like, dude, this is completely OD. I felt like it was like the perfect casual world that was you could just admire for its story and stuff and like everything else about it, and didn't have to worry about just completely destroying, you know, everything that you love in life and just making you just hate Wizard101 so much and never want to play it ever again. Anyway, but yeah, Lemuria was actually pretty good, and I actually enjoyed it. So let me know if I'm missing any. I will put them in the comments. Just a quick little, you know, tier list for you guys. I know you guys love my tier list videos. I'm glad we got so much support on the AoE tier list video, because I loved making that video. And even though I did forget a lot of AoEs in that, I'm making sure I do not forget any more, you know, things in my tier list in the future. I'm trying to make like one of these like a week, maybe like make it a weekly thing, because they're really fun to make. And overall, just, you know, I do like talking about my own opinion sometimes, because I have maxed 4 wizards. I've been through the rodeo. I've remade my fire before to max. I've quested quite a bit, and I think this is a pretty fair rating of everything. And let me know if you guys think I should change it. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you press the notification bell if you want to be part of the Noti gang with everybody else. And thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Peace out.